Now let us do an experiment for hydrogen displacement reaction. When a metal reacts with an acid, it displaces hydrogen and gives a salt. This reaction is called hydrogen displacement reaction. For this experiment, we need a test tube in which we would be taking the acid. To make sure that the test tube is safe and is standing, we are using a bottle, and we also have a stand to keep the bottle uh, erect and make sure that it doesn't fall. So this is the stand, the bottle, and the test tube in it. Okay, we would need the acid. We have considered dilute hydrochloric acid here. We would be considering the metal, which is magnesium strips. We have magnesium strips in this box. Okay, so to make it safe, we have put the hydrochloric acid in a dropper. So this is the dilute hydrochloric acid that we would use. We would also need to check if the gas liberated after doing the experiment is hydrogen. For that, we would need a matchbox and a strike pad. This is done for the visually impaired people to use the match striker, and it is easy for them to light the matchstick. So now, to make sure that it becomes easier for the visually impaired, we have actually stuck the striker to the table so that it doesn't move. This is done with the help of a double tape sticker. Now, to make sure we are keeping things ready for the experiment, I would take a matchstick and keep it ready so that when we are ready to check the gas, we have the stick in place. Now, the reaction would be happening in the test tube, and we need to test the gas that is liberated from this reaction. So, we would be closing the mouth of the test tube with the thumb to make sure that the gas doesn't escape. And we would light the matchstick and take the matchstick closer to the test tube to make sure that the gas would react to the fire. And when the stick is close by, we would release our thumb to let the gas escape. So when this is closer, we would see what will happen. So just to show how it would be, I'm bringing it closer to the camera. So this is the bottle with the test tube. You would be holding the whole setup with the thumb like this, and we would get the matchstick closer to the thumb and then release the thumb. So now that we have everything ready, let's start the experiment. So I'm going to take the acid in the dropper bottle, hold the bottle and invert the dropper on the test tube. When I know that the dropper is nicely fixed, I'm going to squeeze the bottle 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's check how much is the quantity. We will now drop two strips of magnesium inside it, and I'm quickly closing the test tube and listen to the sound of the reaction. You could probably listen to the sound. Someone sighted can see the changes that is happening. Okay. I'm going to now lift the test tube with the thumb covered just to touch the bottom of the test tube. When you touch the test tube, you can find it hot. It is because the reaction is exothermic. Make sure you check on this at the very beginning as soon as you drop the magnesium sticks, because it would be quite hot if you leave it for a longer time. Keeping the matchstick aside, I'm going. Did you hear the pop sound? The sound confirms that the gas released is hydrogen, and this is the hydrogen displacement reaction because the gas released was hydrogen. Now, to do this experiment, there are a lot of skills involved. One is that the child should know how to strike using the strike pad and light the matchstick. Then they should also know how to use their thumb to close the test tube, and should be able to coordinate moving the matchstick closer to the test tube, and then releasing the thumb. And all this should happen at a at a quicker pace to make sure that we hear the pop sound. This has to be repeated multiple times with a child as a mark before even having the acid and the metal pieces dropped in, so that they know to synchronize all these actions. And when they are ready, we should then do the actual experiment with the chemicals.